Hello, everyone. I guess it was high time that I did a tour of the garden. I feel like it's been so long since I've done a walkabout, and it's high time, as I said. But I just want to get out here since everything looks so warm, and the garden's got all its autumn tones. You can see my maple is looking so lovely there, and even with all the blues and greens, all these plants are now coloring up for the cold. And I put in a stump here at the front, which I had at the back, a tree stump. It's an old tree stump, and it just gives some, it's a feature. Let me start at the front and just work my way around. So things have grown a lot over the summer, and this little lemon lights grass plant that I bought recently for when I was doing the bee hotel, that's caught on. Flowers still need to grow, and that bully buttons there has caught on as well. The leaves are not flopping anymore. This bed at the bottom, I don't know, it's I just planted it up so that the plants would be there and it's not an empty space. But that Ionium's grown up nicely. It was dormant over summer, and I just put it there. That's not its permanent spot. It's just looking so good. Look how full those flower rosettes are opened. I'll be moving that soon. The rest of the stuff is good. It's just, as I said, I have to take that out. It's going to get too big. And back bed there. And you can see my peach tree has lost all its leaves, so I can see the other side now. And I still need to cut off these branches because they have grown too long and sticking out all over. And this cotyledon is grown so lovely. Well, in the cold you can see it's gone burgundy. It looks so lovely. And those little chocolate fingers, I think it's called that. I'll put the full name on the screen. I'm thinking of combining. I've got about I've got 2 in the front garden and 1 at the back. I'm thinking of putting them together so you can see the full effect of how they look. Might do that over winter. The space is so full of leaves. You can barely see the stuff here with all the leaves that have fallen. I guess I should have done a bit of a cleanup before I started this video, but anyway, you get to see it how it is without being cleaned. And leaves are good on the ground, but not for succulents because they just keep the moisture there, and over winter I don't want it to be moist and cold, and so I need to come out and clean up. Look at this agave, how lovely it is, but it's so full of leaves and I can't clean it now because the thorns, as beautiful as they are, they're just gonna spike me, so I have to come back and get them all out because there's the smaller leaves that's hard to get out, and I don't want them to get rotten, staying damp in between the plant. This is my pachyphytum. Look, this also, it's got a tiny little bud there. I saw a flower last spring only, and now once it's cooled down, it's getting another bud. But look how cute those tips are. They get so pink on the tips for the cold. That I'll take inside. That's a Rubusha. I just left it out there for summer, but I'll take that in. You can't really see everything. Look at all this debris that's fallen out because we've had quite a few windy days, and all this leaves and branches have fallen over all these plants. So I need to come and do a proper cleanup here. Look at my maple tree. The leaves, it's a totally different red from when it was in spring, but you can see the ends are so burnt. this, it did get some shade, but not enough, obviously. They do like to be in dappled light, and this is front facing, so you can see I need to give it a trim as well. It's hanging over the plants and over, well, it was good for the plants over summer, but next summer I don't know how big it'll get. Yeah, I just want to admire it from this side. And this whole side I need to trim off so it just picks it up, because that branch has gotten too big. In spring it was such a deep burgundy, and now in autumn you can see the color has changed. It's red, but it's not that burgundy red. It's like a orange, sort of orangey red, or like a fire engine red. You can see it's so bright. I don't know if it's carrying across over the screen, but it's such a beautiful red. So it's two different shades. I mean, for spring we can enjoy the color, and for autumn it's so pretty. This is my agave blue glow. You remember that I had potted up in the plant. I had taken it out from that vertical wall that I had up there. It was getting fried in the sun and it was all brown, but now you can see it's got its color. It's looking a bit bluish now again. It's liking it here, away from that, or away from being so exposed. Yeah, I've got two agaves next to each other. Well, this pot, I just put it there. I need to move it because they're just too close to, they don't look good being next to each other. Suyan Rose doing good. It's got full babies all underneath it. I need to separate that. And this, you remember this little plant I planted when I was doing the bee hotel, or the native plant that I bought, and that's the name. Tryptomene Bacchaceae or something like that. You pronounce it how you want. But it had only one or two pink flowers, but I just need to get close to show you. It's, I can see it's settled in here because now it's got all these little cute tiny pink flowers along each branch, and how adorable that is. It's still so tiny and needs to grow. I won't let it get too big, but just to fill up that spot there. It'll be so pretty. Now you can't even see it with all the leaves and it's lost there. This pot here, I threw those alyssum seeds, and you can see they've all sprouted up underneath the bulbs, or the bulbs are underneath, and so hopefully that grows and it'll be something on top there instead of just being bare pots. This trio of pots here, the black pots, I planted up and I had them on the side by our outdoor patio, but I moved it out here. It needs more light. It still wasn't getting much light on there. And then that box with my violas I just did the other week, that's looking okay. And these euphorbia there going okay. And my maple here, I moved this last spring, and that one's got all its leaves still, but this one's lost all its leaves. And I'm thinking of moving this because this is too exposed. It just got all the harsh western sunlight in every day over summer, and you can see the leaves have just completely fried in the sun. And this isopogon I bought also when I was doing the bee hotel. That's a native plant, so I bought that, but I didn't plant it at the back. It just needs a bit more light, and I put it out here. And this Acer campestre, it's a field maple. I planted that, and I did a video where I planted those trees. That's dormant now. It'll stay there, but it will give some shade for the back portion. Or I just wanted something there. It was just too bare. This front garden has grown so much with all the plants. It's just filled out. It's covered all the rocks, and you can hardly see the rocks. There's such lovely rocks there, but they've grown out over them, and look how lovely that colors. Yeah, it's grown so nicely. I need to thin out some plants. I need to cut out all these blooms. They are done now. I don't see any other insects coming to it. And yeah, most of it's dried. That one's full of aphids. I need to, I don't know, I might leave it. Whoever eats it can feast on it over winter. So the rest of it I need to just thin out a bit. And this, I'll put the name on the screen. This one's getting buds. I don't know. It's this is the last week of autumn, or last few days. I don't know what it's going to do with this buds over winter, but maybe it's just prepping it for spring, because it bloomed last year in spring, but I don't know. So quickly the buds are out. And this is my Prunus nigra, the tree that I planted. And around the bottom, I planted these, the gold sedum. But look, these birds, they pull them all out and threw them. They want to do their own decorating here. They don't like the way I set out some plants. And the vertical planter is looking a bit bare. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the tree is not blocking it anymore. So again, I'm back here on this corner. So close up here, that euphorbia is okay, but look, this one's getting a flower as well. I don't know, so late. I think it's a senecio. I think it's a senecio something. Yeah. So this bear's paw, that's still blooming, and I think it might just continue blooming. Few flowers every so often. The birds like them. That plant has been dormant, this green thing here. I don't know what its name. I'll put it on the screen as well. Oh, all this dirt. Yeah, that wind, as I said, has blown everything into the yard. I need to do a proper cleanup here. And this kalanchoe is my favorite. It's so bright. Look how lovely it looks in this corner. And it's grown so much. I know it's grown. And I like it here, but I want to move it. I don't know. Look how pretty those tips are. It comes out rust and then it just turns to that dark brown on the edges. Yeah, I want to move it, but I don't want to move it because it's obviously happy here. If I take it out, what if it dies somewhere else? So I might leave that there. Maybe I'll take some cuttings from the bottom and move that. Although I don't know if I should do it now when we're going into winter. Yeah, look how good it is. And it needs something. It needs like a backdrop to highlight that white leaves. They're so fuzzy. Oh yeah, I got one more here that I planted in this vertical planter. And maybe I can move that. And it's also looking so much better now and brighter. So probably they grow over the cooler months. I'm not sure about that because I didn't see it doing much over summer, but maybe spring and autumn is when they grow. Yeah, I'll just clean that out one of the days. Just take out all those leaves so it don't stay damp. And I might move the one from the brick. And my tree, my silver birch, look how pretty the last of its leaves. And yeah, it's gonna almost done now. All the leaves will fall in the next couple of weeks. But I always notice the bark or the trunk more in winter than I do in spring or summer. I don't know if it's because the leaves are there and blocking it, or it just gets lighter over the cooler months. I don't know, it just stands out and looks so beautiful over winter. It's something to look at and admire, but I don't admire it in spring or summer. I must maybe do a comparison and check. Do a photo now and do a photo in spring and see if the bark does turn lighter. And this center portion here needs a cleanup. I let this a candlestick plant flower, which I don't usually do, but I let them flower, so whatever, if any insects are coming, they can enjoy it. But that's done now. I need to cut that. My Pachyphytum compactum, yeah, this little jewel gets so beautiful in the cold weather. Look at the markings and the patterns, and it gets so deep and purpley the colder it gets. So I can't wait to see that. I'll do some close-ups of it over winter. This Kalanchoe copper spoon is maybe suitable to go next to that, because that copper against that white or grayish white would look so good. They might complement each other. I might propagate this because that's the only plant I have of it. I might propagate it. Yeah, you can see this next to it, the elegance is similar color. It looks so good with that rust and the blue-green. I need to propagate that and make a few more because it's only in one spot here. And this, I don't know what's this frilly echeveria, but it's grown and it's blocking my euphorbia that I planted beside it. That leaf has gotten so huge, so I might need to take out this bottom leaf just to give some space for that, or allow light to go to that euphorbia. And this Crassula lactea has got such tiny star-like flowers. It was just a cutting, but that cutting even bloomed. I have the big plant in the back garden. That's my sad marigold. And my conifer here, that's grafted. It's grown quite a bit over the spring and summer. And looks looks so pretty. That's also now a catch, like a basket to catch all the leaves that's falling from the tree. Just a pan over this view, which looks so lovely. Just ignore all the leaves and debris that's around it. Detritus. I should say, or as Laura Eubanks called them all, this detritus on the ground. That sedum has gotten orange as well. It's usually such a bright green in spring. It's like a lime chartreusey color, but that's also now gotten its autumn colors. So everything's winding down and settling in for winter, and my euphorbias, as I said, they are doing okay. They're going to stay out here, but I don't know what's this black mark on the top of this one. I need to keep an eye on it. And that bowl of purple delights there at the bottom, it's all the plants that I cut from the backyard when I did when I thinned out all those plants. I just filled up this bowl and put it out here. So that's looking also so pretty with the cold weather. You can see the tips are all turning this light sort of lilac. And there's lots of color. On this side, I need to do work here. Let me show you these front, these pots that I planted up in way back when, for the start of autumn. They're not looking so sad anymore. But the grasses, they haven't filled out, so I suppose they won't be doing much growing now anyway. But they still look okay. And they got a nice autumn color there. That's the whole garden tour there. You can see how everything looks. This was that plant that I put recently. That pretty little purple flowers, but they face downwards, so I can't enjoy them. And these, what was this? Grevilleas that I planted, they caught on. That crepe myrtle will lose all its leaves now, but these two they are evergreen, so they'll just be nice and green for even in winter. But they're so tiny, you can't even see them because the leaves are so thin and needle-like.